I'm back. Hello, 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 everybody. Oh, I didn't even see that. Y'all know this one. Okay, so this one. Y'all know StreamYard is backwards. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Lulu. I like to say me llamo Doctora Lulu. Buenas noches, because it's 6 p.m. Hi, how are y'all? So I promised you I was going to come live, and I am live. So the first things first, if you're watching me live, please type live in the comment section. I'm going to come back with that multiple times. We got to get the what's it, LinkedIn algorithm juices flowing. Okay. And yes, I have allergies. I never had allergies before, but this year I have allergies and it's not even funny. And you know, the funny thing, I think it's my nerves because my nose doesn't itch until I either get in the car or I'm doing a live. So that's the last time I'm going to scratch my nose tonight because we got things to do. We got places to go. We got topics to cover. So my name is Dr. Lulu. If you didn't know, I am a retired or about to retire pediatrician. Oh my goodness, it's going to be in December. Oh my God. Whoo, no drama. Final retirement in December. Well, maybe final. I'm going to be the Michael Jordan of medicine because you know Michael Jordan, how many times did he try to retire again? I don't know. I lost count. So hi. Me llamo Doctora Lulu. I am a life coach. I work almost exclusively with parents of LGBTQ plus kids. But in the last 2 weeks, I have decided to do a pivot and work rather with B2B in the space of the DIB optimization. That's the big vocabulary that I came up with. So I am going to help organizations like yours create a safe space at work for parents of LGBTQ plus kids. Like nothing gets as narrow and niche as that. And I'll tell you why in a minute. But that right there, I just realized is there. I gotta go this way. Okay, so that right there, one of the parents in my Facebook group, her transgender child actually created it this way. So this way, yeah, that right there. Okay, so a kid created it, and I love the concept. And I told them I want one, and I got one. So it's going to be my background forever. It's not for you if you're not a homophobe. So look away. But if you're a homophobe, oh well, the kid has spoken. Talking about kids. The reason I'm doing this, if you don't know, is not only because I'm a pediatrician, but also because I have a child who is transgender and I myself am queer. So I am locked in the community even if I didn't want to. I have family members who are queer and we're not going anywhere. Love that rhyme to death. Okay, so I just in the last few weeks, for those of you who don't know, oh, there I go. Okay, so in the last few weeks, for those of you who don't know, have made a pivot in my business. I've decided to start working with parents of LGBTQ plus kids as opposed, organizations that hire parents of LGBTQ plus kids as opposed to just the parents themselves. So I'm going to pull up my, I'm going to pull up the post that I wrote because it's kind of says it better than me. I wrote down all the emotions that I remember experiencing when all of this mess that I'm going to tell you about hit the fan recently. So dame un momento. I'm going to pull it up in 3, 2, and 1. Boom. Okay, so I wanted to tell y'all that a few weeks ago, something not so good happened to me. But you know what they say? You have to rise from the ashes like a freaking phoenix. And that's what I did. So some members of my close, very, very inner caucus family will not stop taking jabs at the queer community. And at one point, I actually said to one of my siblings, I said, I wonder what you'd do if one of your kids turned out to be gay. And he almost died. And I think at that point, he decided, okay, that's it. I'm going to go even harder. But the thing about bullying, for those of you who don't know, bullies really never stop. Either their victim caves in or their victim leaves the school, right? In some cases, the kids leave the school. So in this case, I left the family group because I just could not, in my true conscience, remain in a space where I was being disrespected. And more importantly, my child, who had nothing to do with anything, was also being disrespected by default, by proxy. So I left the family group. And while I was in mourning about the people that I've lost in my family recently, my best friend, my uncle, my niece, my aunt, my ex-husband, 5 people now in the last 3 months. While I was thinking about that, I came up with this concept that I must not be the only parent who is dealing with this. I must not be the only parent who is being insulted at home. There's no way I can be the only parent who is being attacked by their loved ones. And I just realized our dog, Lulu, scratched the wall over there. So I don't usually do my lives here. So I'm just seeing things in the background. But this is good. Welcome to imperfection, right? We're taking imperfect action because I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because my dog scratched the wall. Now, I realized that parents, they catch a lot of slack. Now, it's hard enough already for them, whether you like it or not. We make the ultimate mistake by first assigning the wrong gender to our kids. We do. And then we raise the kids, or we socialize the kids as the gender that we assign to them. And when something happens and the kids tell us, well, I'm actually not that gender, it's like we're going to die, right? And if we finally find our bearing, then it's this uphill journey just to get sometimes our spouse, a lot of times our friends, neighbors, Romans, countrymen, right? The church, to see our kids the way we see them, as just normal human beings who are deserving of respect. And it's tiring, to say the very least. It can create mental health challenges in the parents, and definitely creates mental health challenges in the children, because you end up having kids who cannot have their aunties and their uncles don't affirm them. So they are estranged from their aunties and uncles, from their grandparents sometimes, from maybe their godmothers. I mean, just you name it. And I'm not here to apportion blame. Everybody has a journey. Parents, you decide to have a child. That's it. You decide to have a child, and then you have a child, and you have to learn from your child. My third TEDx talk talks about that. It's titled Parenting as Students, right? So you have to learn your child. Your child has to be your teacher. And when your child is teaching you, unfortunately, the rest of society is over here, and your poor little child is over here. And your child is pulling with their 10 fingers, and then 10,000 legions are pulling you the other way. So it's very easy to see why a lot of parents it's easier for them to do what I did? Why can't you just be normal? Why do you have to be gay? Why do you have to act like a girl? Why do you have to be trans? Why don't you just, why don't you just not be like that so everything can be okay? But now I'm learning from the gurus that I listen to on YouTube, like Ed Milet and Lex Brown, that when you see a problem, it's a sign that you're growing, it's a sign that you're doing things differently. And all you got to do is, Ed says, no, Ed says, just if there's a problem, 90% of the time you should spend on the solution. And I was like, oh, 90% of the time you should spend on the solution of your problem. And yet, what do? We tend to spend 90% of the time focusing on the problem. And when you focus on anything, it gets bigger. And so parents, a lot of us focus on, oh my God, my child is gay. Oh my God, my child is not straight. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to them? And then we go through all these emotions, and which is why I wanted us to discuss the emotions today. So some of the emotions, not all, this is not exhaustive. I'm going to put it here. Some of the emotions that I know I felt. So we're going to go with the negative emotions first. I felt sadness. A lot of parents feel sad. Why me? Why my child, Lord? To which I say, why not you? Why not you? I had somebody actually make a comment in one of my posts today. Maybe if I can find it, I'll read all the big words that Scott used on my post today. Yes, Scott, I'm calling you out. I felt sad. I did not want my child to be in the queer community, mainly because I was fully hiding my own self in the closet. I was married to my ex-husband, and for all intents and purposes, I was stealth. I was acting like I was straight because I'm bisexual, so I can potentially get away with acting straight. But I knew deep in my heart that when I was a tiny little person, I knew that I was attracted to women. So I was sad. I was sad for myself, for what's going to happen, for the friends I'm going to lose. I was sadder for my kid, for what the world is going to do to the kid. And of course, I was right? Because look at what the world is doing to trans people now. So I was sad. I felt fear, mainly for the same thing. What's the world going to do to my kid? What's the world going to do to me? What are they going to think I am? A groomer? If you leave the governor of Florida and Texas, I am a groomer and I belong in jail, right? Because I'm grooming my child. So I was afraid, but now I realize that, and I was telling somebody that today, that when you dig deep into fear, you find your face. I came up with that, and I think it's so cool. I feel like I'm going to write that down. When you dig deep into the heart of fear, let's write that down. When you dig deep into the heart of fear, guess what you find? Dig deep into the heart of fear. You find you. You find you. You find your face. Yes, I'm going to post that. I don't know if it's going to, oh yeah, there it is. You find you. You find your face. You find your heart. You find nothing but nothing, right? Because that's really, fear is made of nothing. It's made of your thoughts and your imagination. What did Ed Milet say yesterday? He said, worry is a misuse of imagination. Ed Milet. Oh, gotta use that down. Gotta write that down. He said, worry is a misuse of imagination. Oh my God, so powerful. So powerful. So his name is Ed Milet. Y'all go follow him on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Watch, oh my God, watch I am hooked in Milet. And maybe I'll tag him on this so you can see that I'm a big, huge fan. Yes, he's a cis white male, and I can't believe I just said that, but I did. Because if there's knowledge coming from the devil, you take the knowledge. I'm not saying Ed is a devil. I'm just saying a lot of people want to hate on straight white men for obvious reasons. I'm not going to hate on Ed's brain because it is fire. I love it. So yes, I love all the information, love all these videos, listen to them all the time. So yes, worry is a misuse of imagination. And he says we should spend 90% of our time on the solutions to our problems, not the other way around, which we do. We spend 90% of the time focusing on the problem, making it look bigger, making it mean something else, making it mean all this mess, right? Looking for blame, looking for who to say did it, who done it, who does it. He says, focus on the solution, solve it, then apportion blame. What? Love it. So, all right. I also felt shame. My ex-husband did a great job of making sure that I felt shame. He did a super job of making sure that I felt shame. My family members who bully me are doing a great job of making sure that I felt shame that my child is not a binary human. I felt shame. I will say that I allowed shame in, okay? Because that's one of the things I now know as a coach, that every emotion you feel is based on a thought. Otherwise, ideally, if somebody calls you a bitch, that is a neutral sentence until you charge it by thinking and making it mean something. Otherwise, if you don't respond to that word, then, that's not who you are. So if somebody calls you a bitch and you just shrug it off, learn how to shrug it off or thank them, which is what Les Brown said, just thank them, just say thank you. Alok Ved Menon will say, I wonder who hurt you, my love. Happy birthday, Alok. Had a birthday yesterday, right? Okay. I also felt anger. I was angry at God. I was like, why me? Of all the things you can give to me, why me? Why this, rather? To which God looked down and said, you think gay is the worst thing I could make your kid? I got news for you, honey. Press trans. But I was mad. I was angry. I said, why can't it just be easy? I didn't realize that this was a blessing in disguise. I was angry. I was confused. I was confused because I didn't know what non-binary meant. And then we went from non-binary to trans. I'm like, wait, so you're not non-binary? Wait, I thought you were gay, that kind of thing. So it's like, and then I didn't realize that sexuality is completely different from gender identity. So I was confused. I was like, wait, what? I felt confusion. So how long have you known this? Why didn't you tell me this whole time? How can we fix it, right? How can we make it go away? I allowed confusion to set in and mess my brain up. Of all the thoughts I could think, I chose confusion. We all do. I also felt depressed. Maybe not as much, but I do know I've had a parent in my Facebook group, which, by the way, you should join. It's titled Accepting, Affirming, and Supporting Your LGBT plus Children. It's a long word. I'll write it down. It's called, so my Facebook group is called it's called Accepting, Affirming, and Supporting Your LGBTQ plus children. That's the name. Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of words, but that's it. So go find it on Facebook and ask to join, and I'll let you in. Make sure you answer the questions, no obligation. So yes, I felt a little bit depressed, but mostly just extreme sadness, which is the definition of depression. And the more you think about it, the more you think about it, the worse it gets, and that's the truth. That depressed feeling. But I had a dad in my Facebook group that actually attempted or considered attempting suicide because his only son is gay. That's how bad this thing is in the Black community, y'all. Okay? That is how bad it is in the Black community. Yes, I'm calling y'all out. I'm calling all of y'all out. Okay? And then there was despair. Despair is like feeling trapped and just overwhelmed. Yeah, that's another one that I felt, and just not knowing what to do next. A lot of people, if you've listened to me in the past, my younger self, when I was doing work in the suicide prevention realm, I always said despair was the ultimate course. I think the ultimate path to suicide. So trigger warning. I mean, I just wanted to mention that. I never subscribed to depression, which I know is extreme sadness. I feel like despair is on top of it. Mental anguish, like psychic pain. That's what I think leads ultimately to suicide. But yeah, so I felt despair. A lot of that. Like, what am I going to do? I'm trapped. I have no one to talk to, no one to tell this. This child is who they say they are, and I don't know what to do. Your coworker who is a parent of a queer child is feeling that way right now, today. And that's why I want you to help me help them by letting me know who your boss is, and I'll take it from there. However, I also had good emotions after I realized that this is what it is. The child is not going anywhere. Actually, I was given an ultimatum that, I can just not have a kid, or I can let my kid be who they are. And you know who I chose or what option I chose. Okay. So I felt elation. My mood finally lifted. And then I got curious to learn more. I always think about Tarzan. Every time I think about me and you and wanting you to be curious about your child, I think about Tarzan. Tarzan got curious. I think E.T. also got curious. I never watched the show. I didn't like it. I didn't like that creature. But Tarzan got curious. Tarzan said, I want to know. Please show me. I want to know about the strangers like me. Tell me now. Please show me, right? Something like that. Or please tell me. I don't know, whatever. Either way, Tarzan was curious, wanted to know more about the strangers like him. So I wanted to know more. Grudgingly, but I did. And I realized a whole new world, right? There was so much of a new world out there that you will never know if you don't lean in and try to figure out what's going on with your kiddo. And then I felt wonderment, right? I was like, wow. And after attending the Black Trans Coalition event in April in Dallas, Texas, I even started questioning my own gender identity. And maybe I am gender queer. Maybe 1%. Some percentage is gender queer. It's like, wow. And then I felt satisfaction when I realized, okay, this is the work that I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And by George, I will. And that was kind of sort of when I won the award, when I was given the award by the San Antonio LGBT Chamber of Advocacy for Youth. I was like, what? Me, little me? And then the San Antonio Business Journal. I won the DIB award as well. I was like, wow. I felt satisfied because one of my top 5, I guess, superpowers is empathy. I leaned in. I felt empathy for them. I wonder what it's like to be in your shoes. I don't know what it's like, but I feel for you. I feel for you. I think I love you. Right? I feel for you. I think I love you. And I felt so a combination of empathy and compassion, amazement, fun times. I made some fantastic new gender non-conforming friends once I started leaning in, like Miss Jai and the beautiful Joey Morelli, who is in the book. Oh, I might have to go get the book. I don't want to leave and go get it. I'll talk about it next week. And then, of course, parenting joy. Now, just because there's parenting joy doesn't mean that you don't have struggles, doesn't mean that you don't feel betrayed, doesn't mean that you don't feel afraid because of the government coming for your kid, but you try to harness the joy because what you focus on gets bigger. What you give energy gets bigger. And so that's all I wanted to talk about today. The range of emotions that these people are feeling. Sometimes one comes and then the other one and then the other one and then the other one is kind of up and down like that. It's never straight. So that when you see them, you have to act right. You learn how to be an ally. So we'll talk about how to be an ally one of these days. But just stay tuned. Actually, I may have to put my flags somewhere here. Yes. But anyway, I wanted to come and holler at y'all and tell you all that. So parents of queer kiddos, like many parents or like all parents, are going through a whole potpourri of emotions. So they need you to support them. Because a lot of times they don't have any support elsewhere. Their husbands make them feel guilty. Their mamas make them feel guilty. The government makes them feel bad. Everybody's coming at them and their kids. And they have no respite. So, but if you can create a safe space at the workplace, just harness a little bit of empathy. Just show a little kindness. You've got to try a little kindness. Show a little kindness. Shine the light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then you overlook the blindness of narrow-minded people on narrow-minded LinkedIn streets. Yes! And so I want you to let me know, who is your HR manager? Who are the ERG people? Is your place of work affirming? Is your place of work safe for the parents? And by default, their kids and the ripple effect, their family, an extended family. Can I come and work with y'all? Can I come and share my 11-week and then I added an extra bonus 12-week program with y'all? Can I come and do that? So I can show y'all how to do it. I can teach you this. I have amazing models ready for y'all. But most importantly, there's a child at home who is praying for their mother to watch this video, who is praying for their uncle or their dad to meet me. For that child and that child only, I want you to please lean in and help me. My name is Dr. Lulu. I'll be here every single Monday, hollering at y'all, talking junk to y'all about how to support parents and who they are, and shining a much needed light on them and their family members. So I'll see y'all next Monday. Thank you so much to everyone who voted for the title of my program. It has been decided. I'll reveal the title very soon. Also, thank you to everyone who subscribed, all 903 of y'all who subscribed to my newsletter here on LinkedIn. I'm going to release one every single Monday. Thank you to everyone who's interacted with all of my posts. Please don't feel bad if you see me creeping to your DM and hollering at you. Don't give me crickets. I don't eat those. I used to like to smell them when they roast them back home, but I don't eat crickets anymore. So don't serve me crickets. Respond to my DMs because I'm coming. Thank you all so much for listening. I will see you all next week, Monday, Inshallahu. Other than that, so long, farewell. I'll actually be in Dallas next Monday. Oh my God, yes. It's going to be fun times. Lots of learning. All right. If you have any questions, type in the comment section. Everybody who's watching it on replay, type replay in the comment section. And I'll see you all next week. Peace, love, and soul. Bye.